Hi, my name is Shelby Flanagan, and for my job shadowing experience, I had the pleasure to visit my old elementary school, Troy Crogwell, to shadow over my old school counselor, also known as the Bug Smasher, Mrs. Mahalik. I also got to shadow the school's social worker, Mrs. Salazar. It was super beneficial being able to talk and see both of them working with the students because I got a better grasp as to what the difference was between the two careers. I saw that the social worker worked with more of the special ed kids and the ones with actual problems coping with everyday life, such as being easily frustrated and unfocused, needing attention constantly in class, getting angered easily, and etc. Social workers help the kids to be able to function appropriately so they can be able to participate in everyday activities. Me and Mrs. Salazar went and grabbed two boys and brought them into her office to start their weekly session. First, she had the kids express their emotions and what they were feeling at the time by pointing to one of those faces. She then had them explain why they were feeling that way. She later told me that she does that to get the kids to better understand why they feel the emotions they do because they don't understand as well as other children do. She then had them choose what zone they were in. Blue as in too happy and to the point they were misbehaving. Green for happy and acting appropriate. Yellow for in the middle, not too happy, not too sad. And red for angry. She had then later told me that in order to get the kids to better cope with how they're feeling, they have to understand what it is they're feeling first. She then has the kids read their schedule for the day. She does this to help them realize that they have responsibilities and tasks in life that they need to accomplish. She then has the kids sit at the table and starts with her lessons. She read a chapter in her book, You Are a Social Detective. The book helps the kids with different types of social skills per chapter. The topic we focused on for that day was how to focus in class. If the kids start to get frustrated at any point in the class, they already know to grab the jar of glitter, flip it over, and take deep breaths while watching the glitter fall to the bottom of the jar. This helps the kids contain their anger before freaking out. She then rewards them with a marble. She uses the flat marbles so that they don't roll around so the kids don't get distracted by rolling them. And at the end of their session, they get to fill in a slot per marble. This gets the kids to understand that they have to always behave because they aren't rewarded right away, instead of the kids thinking that they only have to be good once in order to be rewarded. Shadowing the social worker was super beneficial to me because I got to better understand the method behind the madness she had that didn't all make sense to me at the beginning. When I went and shadowed Mrs. Mahalik, I got to see the change in what type of problems she works with versus what problems Miss Salazar worked with. Mrs. Mahalik worked with more emotional problems such as a kid upset due to a death or a sad time in their life, the kids that are angry with each other, and bullying. She also gets the pleasure to be able to just have lunch and play with the kids, which makes the kids more comfortable and able to come to her for any of their problems. When I was there, I got to sit in on one of their lunch sessions, and I got to play basketball with the kids. After the lunch sessions, I got to go pick up a class of kids for their counseling session. The kids stood in a straight line so they wouldn't be distracted and act out while walking down the hall. When we got into the office, Mrs. Mahalik put out a circle rug for the kids to all sit on because she says it creates a more comfortable and home-like environment / feeling for the kids. The kids then all sat and we all played the name game, which is mostly for Mrs. Mahalik to better remember everyone's names, but also to get the kids ready to listen and feel like they are involved. They then went over their goal, which for that day was tattling, because some of the teachers were complaining about the kids tattling. So to begin, she had the kids state the goal which was that they will better understand the difference between an actual problem and tattling. Miss Mahalik then read the first book, The Bad Case of the Tattle Tongue, and after she had me read the second book, Don't Squeal Unless It's a Big Deal. She then had the kids restate the goal, I then walked them all back to class. While there, I also got to see the different activities they promote at the school. One of them is bucket fillers. Bucket fillers are given to the kids when they show respectful, responsible, and peaceful behaviors in class. And when they get 25, they get a small reward, 50, they get a bigger reward, and 100 is the biggest reward that they can get. This gets the kids to better understand how they are supposed to behave. Overall, this was an amazing experience for me because I got to see that there were so many different tasks that counselors and social workers take on. And I got to see how big of an impact they both had on the children. And it's exactly the type of impact I want to make on kids.